All right, Shalom, Shalom. Starting off giving all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akims and the Aquas, the brothers and sisters out there pushing His truth. 100% nothing but the truth. Using your body as a living sacrifice. Romans 12:1. This is the brother Yashar coming in with another lesson. Moving on throughout the chapters of Wisdom of Solomon. As you can see, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Aratazah, His will, I'll be able, as the weeks and months pass by, to continue to break down the chapter. Break down the book, because we'll see it's 19 books. And man, these, I'm in chapter 2. Really in chapter 3, really in chapter 4. That's where I left off at. And as I'm reading through it, it's very heavy, And it's the reason that they call Solomon, the wisest king that ever walked the earth, And for us to be able to have his words and his testimonies and his, the things that he wrote and was left, which we know all scripture is inspired by the Most High Yahweh. But for us to even be able to have this and read it and apply it, that's truly a blessing. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. It says in this chapter 2, this is all about Esau, okay? This is all about Esau, how he feels, how he thinks, how he spends his time, his leisure time, what he does in his life, and it's mainly, and it's going in on the elites of this world, all right? Which, matter of fact, before we get into it, I'll show this real quick. This is what I was looking up the other day. Inside America's wealthiest 50 families, all right? And they got a list down here. And you can see how much money these people have, man. This is showing their increasing net worth. But as you read into it, it's telling you that, see that right here? Just to highlight it. It says the top 5 families all saw their wealth increase by more than 2,000%. The gain in wealth is astonishing, but that is not a typo, right? So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 is about to give you a brief understanding of how Esau lives his life in his world. Because remember, this is his kingdom. So let's get into it. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. Right. So if you read that again, that's because Esau understands life and death. He understands we're born as children, as babes. We grow up to teenagers, adults. We go through the elements of the world. We go to school, you graduate or you don't. You start going to college or you work. Whatever you do, you live your life. And we don't have long on this earth. We only have about, the average lifespan is what, 70 to 75 years. So you really only have about 70 to 85 years of your life. And you really only living your life, I say probably like around the age of, when you establish 23, 25, 30 in that age. So Esau understands that we don't have long to begin with on this earth, all right? That's why you always got that old saying, man, time show fly fast, man, or we show, time show be moving, or what Jake always say, if I could go back and do it again, man, I'd do it all differently. If I could go back and start over, I'd do it all differently. Verse 3, which being extinguished, our body, and when it say, for the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, because, we have electric currents that run through our heart, to keep our pulse, keep our energy going, all right? That's why you have pulse. So like I said, Esau, he understands the body and how life works. Verse 3, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. right? Because when you die, you buried. Over time your body decomposes, and your spirit is given back to the Most High. Matter of fact, let's get that precept real quick. This is how we know that all spirits belong to Yahweh. It's give me 1 second. Ecclesiastes 12:7, which through the Spirit, this was also written by King Solomon. It says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it." Right. So once again, Esau understands how life works. Okay. He got some knowledge, but he don't have all the knowledge. And that's actually what this chapter is going to profess. Verse 4, "Our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof." So when it says our name shall be forgotten in time and no man shall have works in our works in remembrance, because when you think about it, man has been on this earth 4,000 to 5,000 years, and a lot of history. Just say like right now I'm studying the Roman history. So let me go ahead and pull that example up real quick, because that'll be a great example to use. Let's see. Right now I'm studying the 12 Kaisers. I guess I must have deleted it, but I can pull it back up. Okay, because when you look into like the 12 Kaisers, through the Spirit, I believe it was I was looking at, I'm gonna go to Claudius. I think it was Claudius. Okay, okay. So you see how it got a lot of history: when he died, when he was born, where he was buried at, his spouses, his name, how long he reigned. You got a statue of him right there. But once you scroll down, right here, I'll read. Well, damn. Right, starting right there, it says, "Those events damaged his reputation among the ancient writers, though more recent historians have revised that opinion." Right. So what that means is some history on him is not all the way the history. You have some history, but you can't have all of the history, right? And Esau understands that. I'm gonna use one more example. This Nero, which through the elders we know that that's Trump reincarnated. So it says some modern historians question the reliability of ancient sources on Nero's tyrannical acts, considering his popularity among the Roman commoners. Right. I'll keep reading. "In the eastern provinces of the empire, a popular legend arose that Nero had not died and will return." So right. So referring back to the wisdom of Solomon, that's what it means. Verse 4, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance." Right, because that's Esau. He knows how history works. He knows some things gonna get changed over time, some things gonna get forgotten, some things you will still have, and that's exactly what he's saying right in verse 4. Verse 5, "For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again." Right. Okay, now that Esau understands how life works, life and death works, and how we here today, gone tomorrow. Now this is how Esau lives his life. The saying YOLO, you only live once. Let's look into it. Verse 6. "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present." So I'll finish. "Let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth." Right. So when it say let us enjoy the good things that are present, that's because Esau know that he don't have too much time left. Right. That's the what's that scripture? Satan, knowing he had but a short time, bringeth wrath. Revelation 12:12. To paraphrase it, let me go to it real quick. So Esau, he know they don't have too much time, so he trying to live it up. And how does he live it up? He lives it up. Okay, Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right. So he finna work the shit out of us, make as much money as he can off of us. He finna tax the hell out of us, get as much money as he can. He finna buy as much land as he can. He finna go ahead and what's the word? Yeah, basically, because Esau, he don't just buy no one house, or he don't just go rent no apartment. No, I mean the average Caucasian, yeah, the mid class to upper, but Esau, if we talking Bill Gates, if we like the elder, I'll use his example. When he was in Seattle, his brother was like, "Hey, look to the left. What you see?" He's like, "Shit, fields, grass, gardens, vegetation, wildlife." He said, "You see the same thing on the right, right?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Why Bill Gates own everything we looking at right now?" He said that was miles of land. So that's how Esau do it, and he does it off usury. He gonna use your money to buy his shit, all right, to pay for his things, to build houses for his family, land for his family, all right. But let's see, verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Right, and the creatures is the humans, the Israelites, not just Israel though, but all these humans, because especially in America, if you working in America, you are subject under Esau's kingdom. And when it say in youth, that's because it don't matter what age you can be, 20 at a job, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Yes, you actually have 70-year-old. The Akim Kara just told us he actually got an 80-year-old man working at his job. Like, he said he moves slower than melting ice, all right? But Esau don't care who you is, as long as you can get in there and do what he needs you to do, he gonna work your ass, all right? That's why, and he gonna make you. That's like in my job, I'm 23, the guy next to me is 45, and then it's like a 60-year-old Issachar, right? Because Issachar is a crouching donkey or a strong donkey, strong ass, so they gonna work hard regardless. But he basically told me, like, look, bro, y'all numbers, he told me straight up, he like, look, your numbers good, but them, they need to step it up. They need to do what you do. In my head, I'm like, bro, they like 30, 40 years older than me. Like, but guess what? Esau, he gonna use the creatures like that's in their youth, all right? Verse 7, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us, right? So they got all the different flowers and fruits and vegetables. They got shit we ain't never even heard of before. That's why they classify them and put them in these different names, because every time they find the fruit, guess what? They gonna put a scientific name on it, on describing what it's like, what color it is, what it tastes like, where it came from. Right. That's what Esau is known for. He always known for putting a name on something, especially if the name refers back to him and his philosophy. But yeah, man, they got the best of the best. That's why I say, don't let no flower of the spring pass by. So that mean, nigga, we need all the good well crops. While we get the, like, for example, I was just in Audi last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I picked up some blackberries. By the time I got home and I opened them and washed them, I didn't even wash them yet. I opened it and I'm like, and I do a good job at inspecting, like my fruits and vegetables, because you got to at these grocery stores. So I opened it and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this white stuff on the blackberries? Man, that shit was fucking mold. And I'm like, bro, I bought these today. I ain't even had them 2 hours and I can't even eat them yet because they molded. Now I gotta wash my hands and sanitize the sink and do all this. Guess what? Esau, he don't have to go through that. He got the best of the best. He better not see no mold on his shit. All the workers getting fired. You know what I'm saying? Yet all I can do is just throw it away and say, oh, well, I'll go back next week. All right, but verse 8. And once again, I'm just using examples. I'm just like using examples showing how we have to live versus how Esau lives. Verse 8, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Right, so they got all the best of the best of everything. Clothes, foods, everything. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this. Now, I'm going to start at the top on that one. The word voluptuousness, which we'll look it up. Okay. Because if you look up voluptuousness, it's just gonna tell you being voluptuous. Okay, so what voluptuous mean? Voluptuous, curvaceous. Ooh, she got them curves, and sexually attractive, typically used of a woman. The second definition, relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasure. Right. So when it say, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness, Esau, he got everything he want. And guess what? If his rich buddy don't got it, guess what he doing? Hey, brother, you ain't got you a yacht yet? No, man, I haven't gotten to it yet. Look, I'm going to give you Brad's number. You call him tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp. Tell him Todd sent you, and he's going to get you a yacht half off, man, just so you can come. And you better call him, because when you call him, I'm going to call him and see if you asked him, because tomorrow around 12 o'clock when your yacht's delivered, I'm going to go ahead and invite you out to the lake. And we're going to throw another barbecue. That's how Esau get to live, all right? While Jake, on the other hand, we calling, hey, bro, you gonna still be able to pick me up for work? Yeah, I got you. You still got $10 for gas money? Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So it's different levels to this shit, man. And Esau, he's so rich that it ain't nothing for him to go buy his brother something. Go buy his brother a Bugatti, a Lamborghini, or go buy his rich business partner a new Rolex for his birthday. You know, it's nothing to him. So they able to do these things. It says, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. Right? Because Esau, he always leaving some museum in his name. You go to Australia, you got different museums. You go to Africa, you got different museums of, Esau and shit. He always imprinting his name on something, leaving his stamp, leaving his mark on something. All right. It says, for this is our portion and our lot is this, right? Because the reason Esau feels like that, because it's true. Because remember what Esau's blessing was in Genesis. Jacob tricked him, finessed him to get the blessing of the birthright, so he gets a full instant access into heaven. Throwing the water to Jacob, Israel for that. But Genesis 27 and 28, I'll go to in the Bible actually. It says, this is Esau talking to his father Isaac. It say, therefore Yahweh give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. Right? Because if Esau say, no, we ain't rocking with this country, especially America, man, your ass ain't, man, a lot of countries finna fall back on your ass. If Esau say, nah, we rocking with this country over here, man, a lot of people finna fuck with you. Because Esau got word of power. All right? The words that come out of his mouth are powerful on the earth, and they heard, okay? That's why he's that great dragon. All right? Because when dragons open their mouth and that fire come out, everybody running, trying to figure out what they need to do to not get burned, all right? Now let's see. Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. That's us. That's the elect. Let us not, which actually that's all of Israel in general, but that's really speaking on the elect, the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged, right? Just like the brother Kara was saying. It's a motherfucker 80 years old in there. You don't think he ready to to quit and be relaxed and go home and retire? No, they understand he got bills to pay. He understand he got bills to pay. They gonna keep his ass the same pay rate and then give him a pat on the back every day so he can keep coming in tomorrow because they need him. You don't give a fuck about how old you is. Verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Right, that's why Esau is so into his justice system. Judicial court, legislative branch, executive branch, the legislative, executive. Damn, I forgot the other branch. What are the three branches of government? Legislative, judicial, and executive. Okay, I said them. All right. But These four men right here, excuse me, Mount Rushmore. These four men right here, as you can see, these are the founding fathers of America. These are the ones that created your justice system, your judicial, executive, legislative, all that. Them is the men. Now, I'm not saying just exactly them four, nobody else helped, but them is the four. Because remember, them the presidents. Them go back to the presidents. Them is the four presidents, or those were four of some of the East Edomite men that helped build America. And how did they do it? Through their justice system, through their law of justice, making their laws. That's what the amendments is all about. You know what I'm saying? Making their laws and basing their country off their law system. Verse 12, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous. Let me see real quick. Let me see something. Because what's going to happen is it's going to go from Esau talking to it's going to go back to King Solomon talking about Esau. All right. Okay, yeah. So from verse 11, that's Esau talking. Verse 12, this is King Solomon talking. He says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy the transgressings of our education. Yep, because the elites, what they do is they corrupt the education system. From the time that you in kindergarten, 5-6 years old, to the time that you graduate 12th grade, you 17, 18, 19, some niggas, need an extra year or 20, the extra 2 years, but they corrupting your education system to where you thinking you just spent a whole 12 years and 13 years of learning and becoming something in the world, or trying to become something in the world, but your ass don't got lied to about space travel in the planet system, the orbit, the planetary, the solar system. Your ass gonna got lied to about dinosaurs. They don't taught your ass some fucking calculus, algebra that you really ain't even gonna need in the real world. That's all Esau's doings, because he knows the truth, and the best way to hide the truth is to mask it with lies. Okay, but the elect, we able to expose that because we have this book. Let's see, verse 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High Yahweh. He calleth himself the child of the Lord. That's what Esau does. That's what them Zionist Jews do. They call themselves, oh, we're the Gentiles because we're grafted in through faith. That's why we even have the Holy Land. Man, y'all took that motherfucking land. The Balfour Declaration, 1948. To and if it wasn't that year, it was around that time. Pretty close, when the Ashkenazi Jews went into Palestine, Israel, and took them people land. All right. And soon as they got there, I think it was either the same day or a few days later, soon as they got there and touched down on their land, it was a war. All right. So you can look into that as well. The Balfour Declaration, 1948. It'll go all into it. Oh yeah, let me get this precept real quick. Revelation 2:9, because it says, verse 13, he professeth to have the knowledge of God, and he called himself the child of the Lord. Matter of fact, it's two precepts that popped up in my head. Let's see. Revelation 2:9. It says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, right? You act broke, but really you're rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Right. That's talking about them Zionist Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, really Zionist Jews that's over in our land right now, faking it like they us. And then real quick, Matthew 24:24, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, in so much. Okay, I'm gonna just go to it. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. That's exactly what they doing. They trying to quote unquote graft themselves in when the people who was grafted in, who gonna be grafted into the kingdom, is talking about the Gentiles, the 2/3 Israelites, the Israelite foreigners. That's who the grafting in is for, not no other nation. All right. Now let's see, verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Right? That's Esau. Because, we understand the depths of Satan. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and marketh his boast that God is his father. Right? We just read in Revelation 2:9. We know that you are not of the child of the elect. Child of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You are of the synagogue of Satan. You don't even have no melanin in your skin. Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, they got melanated skin, bro. They brown skinned men. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got no melanin in your skin. You out here looking like a cherry Pop-Tart. Nigga, you fucking white and red all over, and don't let the sun be on you for too long. You gonna start cooking. And you don't smell good when you sweaty and musty, trust me. Cause you a man of the wild. You the man of the wild. The cave dweller. Verse 18. No, 17. And this is back to the elect speaking. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. Right. So we gonna see who the real prophets of the Lord is, my nigga. We gonna in this, and you can, and I'm talking like a Jake right now, because we gonna see who the real prophets of the Lord is, my nigga. The ones that was putting in the work on the highways and byways and on the internet, and spreading the gospel, and studying to show what I self-approve, and being subject to the elders, and living their bodies using a living sacrifice, not just putting on no goddamn top hat. And y'all put shalom, bruv. You ready for Yom Kippur in the Passover? And yeah, bruv, yeah, we're gonna get drunk and bruv and dance and bruv. No, nigga, y'all ain't the true prophets. Y'all phonies, nigga. Phonies or bronies. So let's see, verse 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying shall he be respected. Verse 21. Such things did they imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. Right? Because the Esau, he come with a lot of doctrines. Virgin Mary, we're the true Gentiles. Salvation is for everybody as long as you believe. That's against the scriptures. That's not what the scripture says. Verse 22. As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. Right? So they don't get to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Okay, which, let's get that precept, 1 Corinthians 2:14. You can apply this to Esau, and you can apply this to the elect. To the 2/3, not the elect. We gonna get it. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of Yahweh, for they, I'm gonna start at 13, so like it. Which things we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So that's why it calls them discerned in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 22, because they just can't get it. Let's look up that definition of discerned. 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 Come on. Perceive or recognize, distinguish with difficulty by sight or with other senses. So it says, nor discerned a reward for blaming souls. Right? So they didn't recognize the reward for being a blameless soul, which means a servant of the Lord, because they are not a servant of the Lord. All right. If I'm in the NBA, I'm not trying to win the Super Bowl. That's a whole different league. I'm trying to win the NBA championship. So if we the elect, we ain't trying to do what the wicked doing. We trying to get our promise. All right. And they don't understand our promise. They think everybody got the promise. So that's why they ain't finna get no reward. You finna get slavery. So to finish up the last two verses, and I got two precepts for these. For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. And he really, when they say man to be immortal, it's really talking about Israel, the elect, all right? Because we're going to be immortality in the kingdom. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Right. So let's get them precepts real quick. For verse 23, for God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. That's Daniel 7:18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Right. That's immortality. That's eternity, forever and ever. Now the precept for Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 24, it says, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold off his side do find it. Now, the precept to that is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1, verse 16. So I just did that one last week. And perfect, is right here. We're going to read that in the Good News Bible translation. The Akim Kara put me onto this translation. Let's see. Verse 16. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1, verse 16 in the GNB, Good News Bible. Ungodly people have brought death on themselves by the things they have said and done. They yearn for death as if it were a lover. They have gone into partnership with death, and it is just what they deserve. Right. So Esau is death. He's Satan. All right. Everything he puts, the GMOs, foods, death. The Zionist Jews, they own the hip hop culture, the Hollywood. That's all death, sacrificial, superficial and sacrificial. And Jake, he make a covenant with it, so he made a covenant with death. But at the end of the day, Jacob is loved by the Most High, so he gonna be saved from it. And Esau is hated, so his ass can go into captivity. Definitely hope you brothers edified. Until next time, when it's time for chapter 3, to that, shalom.